person. You know, I'm always asking questions. Always, you know, even if I don't ask them verbally, I'm asking them in my mind, like, how did this happen? Where did this come from? So,
Right, right, and you have to.
yeah. So you finding yourself in this situation, you know, you kind of you got questions. Maybe not you maybe can't even verbalize them, but you got the questions. So as you begin to move around these particular individuals, you know, within these jails, you know, you in contact with the urban black male, you know, particularly, you know, within these prisons. And one thing that I began to see and discover and understand that, you know, they had a different experience in life for how they grew up. But one of the main experiences and things that was more prevalent, you know, within the inner cities that wasn't prevalent in these rural areas where we are is this black nationalist, black power movement, right? You
Right.
know, and I remember, I can distinctly remember when I was about 13 years old when the movie X came out, Malcolm X, and that was one of these movies that I looked at. I was like, yeah, and was kind of thinking in the back of my mind. I think if I was in prison, that's what I would do. Just saying that to myself, not even really consciously saying, you know, just like, yeah, that's what I would do. And I didn't necessarily go to prison looking to be like Malcolm X or any of that stuff, but I always had these questions like, hold on. So, you know, being around a lot of these brothers, you begin to see the seeds and the remnants of this black nationalist movement that was never around in this part of the country, right? Like you never had, you know, a big presence, you know, well, I mean, I've heard that, you know, you had a chapter of the Black Panther Party here in Carbondale at a particular time,
Right, right.
how strong they were. And I don't know, and I heard they had some altercations, you know, with the police at, you know, at that particular time, but they was here. But you never really had that strong presence to where you grew up as a kid and you seen these brothers and they
Yeah,
was,
yeah.
you know, kicking the ballistics to you about certain things. So you didn't have that black nationalist movement out here. Uh, you didn't have the Nation of Islam out here. You didn't have the black nationalist movement on no level out here in these rural areas. But once you begin to interact with a lot of these, you know, inner city urban brothers, you know, who grew up in that type of that environment, they've had more interactions with that.